Hello, welcome to Inner Quest. My name is Jay Stone, your host for today, and our guest is Cindy Huston. Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
It's a pleasure and an honor. Cindy has over 20 years' experience creatively exploring the body's infinite potential. Cindy is a licensed massage therapist, certified yoga instructor, licensed Hypnotica, did I pronounce that correctly?
Hypnotica.
Yeah, Hypnotica method instructor, Reiki teacher, choreographer of dance and the fine fire performance art. So how did you get interested in exploring the body's infinite potential?
I was born into dance at a young age. My sister was dancing, and so I basically grew up in a studio, a dance studio, and started dancing at the age of 2.5. Mm-hmm. And through that, I just continued to dance up until, well, now.
Okay. And I assume you're never going to stop dancing in one form or another.
I don't think so.
Yeah, some people say dance is a metaphor for life.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, now in my hand I'm holding your restorative yoga CD. I'm going to ask you about it in a few minutes, but tell our audience what restorative yoga is.
Sure. Restorative yoga is a gentle yoga practice, and through the CD, I lead whoever's listening through a guided meditation, and we focus on breath. And there's a booklet inside which shares the postures and directs whoever's listening. If they're not sure what the asana is, they can flip through to the book and see what it looks like. And
okay, so what are some of the more restorative yoga poses?
Sure. Child's pose is a great pose. It's used in traditional vinyasa classes quite frequently. Mm-hmm. And in a restorative class in child's pose, where you would normally just extend your arms out and sit your hips back towards your heels and place your forehead onto the mat, you would place a couple pillows or bolsters underneath your belly, maybe a blanket. You could put a blanket behind your knees if that didn't feel comfortable to sit back on your heels. There's also a twisted version of child's pose where you would sit on one side, pull the bolster or pillow close to your hip, and then twist and lay down over the bolster. Mm-hmm. A Supta Tadasana posture, where you would put a bolster underneath the knees, a block or a bolster behind the back, and maybe a blanket or a pillow behind the head. You just want to make sure that all the asanas, the postures, are supported, and so you can feel comfortable and go into deep.
And so, like, how many seconds or minutes would you say in the child's pose? Or
5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how long is your entire CD?
68 minutes.
So, and then if somebody just had time for 20 or 30 minutes, they could do that.
Definitely.
Okay. And you also, I believe, are a practitioner of Vinyasa yoga?
Yes.
And so what is Vinyasa yoga?
Vinyasa is a flowing yoga. It does sun salutations, which is a flow that's usually put in between different postures or different series of asanas. Mm-hmm.
And so how is Vinyasa and restorative yoga similar, and how are they different?
So Vinyasa would be considered the more active practice, the more fiery practice, the pitta practice, and Vinyasa restorative would be more of the gentle, the yin, maybe the grounded, the kapha practice.
And so why would somebody choose restorative yoga over Vinyasa or vice versa?
Sure. A lot of people that maybe just are needing to take a break from the vigorous practice will show up at a restorative practice. Maybe someone's recovering from surgery or an injury and don't want to step away from yoga completely. Mm-hmm. So with these gentle postures, it allows them to still focus on their breath, bring their meditation into their day, and also do simple stretching.
Now, I went to your website. I was surprised at how many different places you teach and how many different methods. You want to talk a little bit more about some of the other things you teach?
Sure. Besides yoga?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Another class is hooping, hoop fit.
Yeah, we're going to get to a demonstration, so I'm sure audience would love to see that. I was watching you before the show, and I was quite impressed.
It's fun. I hope you're going to try it too, Jay.
All right, I will. I'll make a fool of myself.
You'll be great.
Yeah. And so, well, you want to say a few words about Hypnotica and, your training, and, is it like how long is your Hypnotica class?
It's an hour. 50 minutes is the whole class, and then usually the last 10 minutes there's a jam and a stretch. So we've been learning all these tricks and doing different things with the hoop, so the last 10 minutes people can really play and let go and be free and dance and put their own creativity into the hoop. Mm-hmm. So kind of breaking the structure a little bit.
I remember once seeing on television somebody had, like 8 hoops going at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you do that too?
I think I've had 4 or 5 going. Yeah, I'm still.
And they can, have, one in each arm and a leg, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. There's lots of things you can do with the hoop.
Yeah. Did you grow up with the hoop like you did dancing?
Actually, well, dancing came first, and then I was taking a break from dancing and just trying to find different ways of working with the body, which brought me into massage practice and energy work practice. And while I was on the break, I started to miss dance a little bit, and I would go to these events with different practitioners and healers, and there would always be hoops there. And I saw these people hooping. I thought, that looks fun. It's not exactly like dance. Okay, let's try it. And I put the hoop on. I dropped it a few times. It went flying across the room, but I just kept picking it up and tossing around and playing. And I looked ridiculous doing it. I thought, oh, I'm a dancer. This will be easy. And it took a little bit to keep it going. I'm so
surprised that you're telling me you that dropped it, because when I watched you before the show, I mean, it looks like you were born with a hoop on.
It took some. I think I was probably trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so your Hypnotica class is 60 minutes long?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's the class that I'm teaching now, it's a mix of the hoop fit and the hoop method. So it's more of the fitness of hooping. So doing different things, tricep extensions, bicep curls, lunges, to get that full activation of the muscles.
Well, I would think that the hooping itself would be great for the core of the body.
It's fantastic for the core. On average, you can burn 420 calories per hour just waist hooping.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And you because of all your body work that you do and the arts you practice, can you say a few words about having a healthy and strong core?
Oh,
the body?
It's a must. Yeah. If I take a day or 2 off from any sort of personal practice, my body definitely feels it, and I know I need to get back in just with the classes and the body work.
Cool.
Definitely.
Well, let's change gears a little bit. You also do Reiki attunement, and what's
Sure.
Reiki attunement?
I hold workshops where people can come and get attuned to Reiki. I was attuned with the Usui tradition, and Reiki is a universal energy that we all have access to. And once you've been attuned, you can channel the Reiki, and Reiki is a very gentle healing modality. You can give yourself treatment, you can give other people treatments, you could treat your animals, your plants, you could.
So when you also are a massage therapist, so it's all the body, all your work is body work. And when you work on somebody with massage, you also include Reiki and vice versa?
If they're open to it, I always ask permission, and then if they'd like to have the energy work flowing.
Well, you must be very intuitive.
I just try to listen.
Yeah. Because like you can pick up things, with the body you're massaging. Could be an organ, a muscle, a ligament, a joint. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, before the show, you mentioned that you studied dance in college.
Yes.
So how did dance prepare you for the work in working with the energy and the body?
I feel dance already it's a form of body work, and it's a form of energy work. And so I feel I was already tapping into that as a dancer. I feel all dancers do, whether they choose to go down this road or not. And I studied at the University of Iowa, and we were very fortunate to have massage therapists come in and tell us different modality or different techniques that we could do to work on ourselves, so we didn't have to go to the chiropractor all the time or the massage.
I mean, like Doene self-massage?
Definitely. Yeah, and how we could do different techniques on each other. And when that was happening, I knew I was interested, but I thought, no, I'm a dancer. I'm going to just be a dancer for the rest of my life. And but I lived across the street from Pacific College of Oriental Medicine, which is where I attended school. And for 3 years, I just looked and admired that school. And I still thought, I'm a dancer, I'm a dancer. And then I just decided, I came back from a trip overseas, and I said, it's time, I have to go to massage school.
Did you ever think of also becoming an acupuncturist?
Very much, yeah.
Because it's, would tie in everything.
Yeah.
With the energy work and, yeah. You ever work with herbs?
I don't. I receive acupuncture. I respect it. I have great respect for it.
Okay. Now, you also have yoga for massage therapists?
Correct.
Okay. And what is that about? How is it like specific techniques for massage therapists who can be victims of repetitive stress injury, I would think.
Yeah.
If they're not careful.
Exactly. It's a mixture of asanas, more active asanas that you would perform in a vinyasa class, and also restorative postures. And it's geared towards just wrist protection and shoulder protection and neck protection. Different when you're always working on bodies and in a lunge position a lot, or lifting or turning, sometimes your body isn't always in the correct alignment that it should be in. So that's what these postures can also assist in, just keeping their body in alignment. And also just when you work on bodies, you're dealing with people coming in from different parts of their lives, and sometimes it can, if you've got your own, and sometimes it's just nice to give to yourself when you're...
Well, you're putting out energy, so it's important
Definitely.
to restore what you lose.
Yeah.
And what kind of feedback do you get from the massage therapists who practice your yoga?
Oh, they say it helps.
Yeah.
That's all I can ask for.
Did you develop the sequence of postures yourself, or did you go to school to learn that, or?
I did attend teacher training. I did my teacher training at Yoga Now Chicago. But I just kind of looked through all the different asanas and just thought, which ones work for me as a practitioner? Which ones have been really helpful? If I've been doing a lot of deep tissue massages, what parts of my body are hurting and what would be helpful?
Okay. And what fitness or education level do people need to take your classes?
Everyone is welcome. And one thing I really like to offer out modifications and just say, work at your own level, work where you are, and when you're ready, we'll bump it up to the next. So anyone is welcome.
Now, are you going to be teaching at Infinity?
I will be, yes.
Yeah, which class are you going to be teaching there?
We will be doing hooping at Infinity.
For adults or children? Or?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, and so how is the adult class different than the children's and vice versa?
Sure. We'll probably do a little more working out with the adults, so they can, it'll be a mixture of the hoop dance and the hoop fit. And for the kids, there's a woman by the name of Anna Todaro. She created a book that's called Everybody Hoops But Me. And so I'll be reading the book to the kids, and we'll also be hooping.
And so is like hoop lessons embedded in the story of this book?
confidence building.
Okay.
You can hoop. Everybody can hoop.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put you to the test, because before the show you asked me, to hoop, and I said no. But I'm willing to try.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe we should get at it. We also going to have Jen, our extraordinaire camera volunteer,
Yes.
who's been a volunteer for years.
Oh.
And Jen is 3 months pregnant as of today. So, and she's going to step out here. And why don't you grab a hoop? We'll let you start with Jen.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, you want to come out here? And I've got to.
Thanks so much for hooping with me, Jen. And hooping is definitely safe for expecting mothers. And later on, there's a pregnancy hoop you can get, which is a little lighter and also a little bit bigger. So as your belly grows, there'll be more space.
And you also mentioned, where's a good place to buy a hoop?
There's local distributors all around Chicago, and these particular hoops are from Hoopnautica. They're travel hoops.
Yeah, and they break out in how many sections? Three or four?
Yeah, six pieces, and they come with a shoulder strap, and you can just carry it on your strap as you're going to the beach. Or
like the yoga mats now.
They're exactly like the yoga mats.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
actually hoop bags.
Yeah.
So should we do some hooping? Sure. Okay. So we're just going to do some waist hooping. I know you can do this. So you would just step your one foot in front of the other, and you're going to tuck your tailbone under, put that hoop at your back, and you're just going to give that hoop a little toss and pump those hips forward and back. You got it.
Yeah.
And this is waist hooping. And just keeping those hips pumping forward and back, forward and back.
And do people get sore muscles when they do this, like the first time?
Yeah, people have come back and said, oh, I was so sore the next day, or I had bruises. So if you're prone to bruising, you might have bruises the day after, but as long as you keep hooping, the body will strengthen and the muscles will strengthen, and it'll just be easy. And you can always stop the hoop and go the opposite direction. It's always good to balance out, even if it feels a little weird or challenging.
Now, did you change your feet as well?
I did change my feet. Not all hoopers change their feet, but yeah. Jay, you want to give it a try?
What, no,
Isn't it here?
Yeah.
It's hard to go the other way.
It's challenging, right? We always
You know
have a
what?
dominant side.
Not to make an excuse, but I got a short cord.
Oh no! Should we move the table?
Yeah. I will get out there and try.
Okay.
All right. Just so I can say I did it.
Matches your suit.
Okay. So
Yeah,
tell
exactly.
me what to do.
All right. So you would put one foot in front of the other,
Okay.
and you would just tuck your tailbone under, bring that hoop at your lower back, have it be at a nice even plane, and then what you're going to do is just give the hoop a gentle toss,
To right or left, or it doesn't matter?
whatever feels comfortable for you, and pump those hips.
Yeah, right.
It's all in the hips, the power points, forward and back. You can do it, Jay.
All right.
Exaggeration's the key.
I think I'd do better if I was standing on my head.
You need to take out your sport coat.
Yeah, maybe the coat.
No, I can't make excuses.
We can also do side-to-side hooping, so we'll see if that one's yours.
Okay.
Hips just above the hip bones, and you're going to move the hips from side to side. So you set up the same way, just give the hoop a toss, and move those hips side to side. Really big. In hooping, the most important thing is to have fun, so if the hoop is dropping, just make sure to pick it up, celebrate it. Because the best part is when you pick up the hoop, you get to hoop again.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So what would you be doing the entire class? I mean, if it's 50 minutes. Now I see you moving your hands.
Yep, this is dipping in the honey pot, so you can put your hands in as if that hoop was a rim of a honey pot.
Oh, I'd see Jen doing it.
It can be a little scary at first because you think the hoop's going to get you, but you can do off-body hooping. So we can do halo, which is just bringing the hoop over your head, just holding it in your hands. You can turn in a circle, which sometimes helps to bring that hoop up and get a little momentum, and then you can tuck your right thumb in, your 4 fingers in, and then you just pump that hoop forward and back, forward and back. And you can reach up into that space.
I guess when you have class, you got to have a large room.
You have space. More space is better. Outside is great. The Infinity, I know the kids class, we're going to try and have both the adult class and the kids class outside, which will be good.
Outside the Infinity
Yeah.
studio?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
You can put the hands in. You can put it.
Now, I notice you're not breathing heavy. You feel like you're getting a little cardiovascular, Jen?
Yeah. Especially when I'm concentrating.
Yeah.
The two-hand one is a little bit harder.
Yeah, you just put them together and.
Now, you mentioned at the end of the class, like the last 10 minutes, the students can like dance.
Yeah.
Could you show us, if you're
You
really
want
going
to see some movement?
Yeah.
So you can put the hoop around your head.
Well, you're also mic'd up, so
Okay.
so I understand.
So don't get too crazy.
No, well, I understand that we've put limitations on you.
Okay. Bring it back up. Jen, you can keep hooping.
I don't want to bump hoops again.
Oh, it looks like a great workout.
It's a great workout.
To me, it could be even a form of meditation.
People have described it as
'cause it-
meditative, yeah.
Because it's like an extreme state of focus and concentration.
Exactly.
As the definition of meditation is.
Exactly.
You're not worried about anything except what's going on in your immediate vicinity and moment.
So some other things we do in the class is we would do some. We don't spend too much time on this, but we do bicep curls with the hoop. So you can curl.
Oh, that's what
You
you
can do
meant
some.
by bicep
You can do.
curls.
You can do some squats. Just here. You can do some triceps. Pushing and lifting. Yeah. You can do some heel lifts, balancing.
Now, is there anything contraindicated where, you would not do?
Definitely listen to your body. So if something's not feeling right, don't do it. There's always the option. So if you just want to do the arms, if you have any knee injuries, you don't have to do the squat. You can just do the bicep curls. Generally, you can always come back to waist hooping. If waist hooping is a challenge, which I'd love to see you do Halo, Jay, too, because, well, Jen's just a rock star hooper, but Halo is a really good tool, a really good step to waist hooping, because anything that's below the hoop is getting a workout. So this trains the body to move in the motion that you would do for waist hooping. So say if you need a break from waist hooping, if your core is getting tired, you can do your arms with your halo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And do you listen to music while you're hooping?
Oh yeah, we definitely have fun music playing.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what's your definition of fun music?
Oh, sometimes we'll have the Beatles. Sometimes we'll have some just chill, relaxing music, some drums, percussion. We usually like to have a beat going.
Hey, Jen, you work with children, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you should invite Cindy
I'm
out.
going to recruit you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This would be fun. Yeah, the girls would really like it.
playing with the hoops. Yeah, most kids like them. Yeah, just tossing around or
But
jumping
you ever,
through
play
them.
catch with them with the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see Cindy going to a park and, with some extra hoops and all of a sudden.
I've done that. Yes. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned doing the hoops outside. I mean, I love to do yoga outside, and I can, in the bright sunshine.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, is there a time that's better for hooping than others?
I think it's always a good time to hoop.
And do you ever teach like hoops to couples?
I've had couples show up to classes, but I haven't been brought in just to teach a couple specifically.
Yeah, I could actually see that happening. Well, why don't you have a seat?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jen. Anything to get you on camera.
Thank you.
Now, we only got a couple minutes left.
Okay.
Is there anything we haven't covered that you want to talk about?
Oh.
Well, I'll say this. The name of our show is Inner Quest, so it's about, pursuing our potential or our inner spirit, or uniting the mind, body, spirit. Why don't you talk about the spiritual aspect of all the work that you do? There's such a, it's such an inner quest, even though your physical body is going through. But even for me, just to hoop like a couple minutes and make a fool of myself, I felt, okay, I did something I didn't really want to do, and I knew I wouldn't do it. It just felt liberating to do it.
Definitely, and when you say the hoop and you tossed around, you started to smile. So
yeah,
that's the big thing one of the big things that I love about hooping is it brings joy and happiness to people, and they laugh and they smile. So maybe if you're having a bad day, if you pick up the hoop and toss it around, you're going to laugh.
Take out your frustrations.
Take out your frustrations.
Anger. Yeah.
Yeah, just start to see the lightness, bring the light back.
Well, it changes the energy of the body.
Definitely.
It definitely changes the energy. It's good for the heart rate, gets blood flowing to the brain. It releases the tension, the stress, the anxiety. Mm-hmm. So can't go wrong with it. Well, I think we've got to wrap it up now. So for more information about Cindy Huston, Inner Quest Talk Show, Infinity Foundation, stay tuned to the credits at the end. Until next time, wish you good health, good spirits, and good fortune. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Thank you so much, Jay.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for hooping, Jen.
Visit our website, infinityfoundation.org, or call us at 847-831-8828.